Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist here. Well, today I am 65, and I am so grateful for my amazing health. And here's a photo of me. We can get the exposure to a point where we can see it. And I'm no weakling. I have good-sized arms, good-sized chest. You know, a lot of people my age, they start to decline. The normal thing is, you know, to sit in the rocking chair and to not do anything. And that's a sure way to get to death. It's really important to keep moving, you know. And I owe all of this to my whole foods, plant-based diet and lifestyle. And the lifestyle was really important because if you don't work out, I had a person yesterday, oh, I'm going on the diet and I'm sure I'm going to lose lots of weight. Well, I know vegan bodybuilders, you know, I know Mr. Universe is a vegan. I know lots of people who are, you know, really have muscles. You don't have to lose muscle if you work out. You know, use it or lose it. It's that old saying, and a lot of people would rather just sit and not do anything. You know, I do 100 pull-ups, 100 push-ups, 100 crunches, I work out with the weights, and have my own machines also, and walk that 7 miles a day. I think that's really important. At one time of my life, I had prostate disease, I had high blood pressure, I was 40 pounds overweight, on and on and on. Not good. Really, really not good. And then I formulated my own diet and went on that, and I'm religious about it. And I have to say, it's helped so many people. Everything is about what we eat. And what we eat makes who we are. And it's talked about in all the ancient texts also. I mean, in Chinese medicine they talk about it. In Ayurvedic medicine in India they talk about, you know, food is the most important thing. Even Hippocrates talked about it. Also, all the different texts. It's very interesting, but nobody, even Edison talked about it. But is anybody interested? I think it's really important that we watch what we eat. This is absolutely, positively the most important thing. What we put in our mouth makes the rest of our body. Seems to be some kind of dissociation between what we put in our mouth and our brain, though. We don't seem to connect the two, you know what I mean? This is important, what we put in our mouth to make the rest of our body. And when we do eat right and eat a plant-based diet, you know, now we know there's a huge amount of studies showing that a plant-based diet is the way to go, because we create this trimethyl N-oxide toxin that goes into our body, and that's exactly what was happening to me. Because it was attacking my body and creating that 30 years of arthritis. You know, I would be in bed at night and nothing would cut the pain, and I would be crying because I was in such pain. And, you know, taking a whole bunch of over-the-counter medications for the pain is not a good thing at all. Bad on your liver, bad on your kidneys, bad on everything. And so really, it's the best way to go is to change the diet. Yeah, many years ago, I thought that, you know, eating all kinds of animal products was a great thing too. I was wrong. Well, I have experimented with it over the years, and I've watched other people experiment with it over the years, and every time, if they follow my diet and lifestyle exactly, they have their diseases disappear and they start to get healthy. I just had a man, Gary, who had uncontrollable high blood pressure. Even with medication, his high blood pressure was like 170 over something. And he went on my diet for 3 weeks and dropped down to 120 over 70. Bingo, you know? That's what we want to go, even 110/70. It's really good. And once we do that, we find ourselves getting into a place of self-love, because we can learn to take care of ourselves in great ways. And, you know, exercising is one of those things we have to make a religious effort to do every single day. We have to make it part of our life. And if we don't go a day without doing something, you know, I mean, it's really important to get out and walk. I think walking, swimming, or biking is really good. If you have bad knees, go swimming. That's a easy way to get exercise for your whole body and really feel good and invigorated, and you get a lot of exercise swimming. There's no doubt about it. I love walking. I think in another life, I did a lot of walking like Buddha. And I enjoy walking, and it not only clears helps my body, but it clears my mind also. So it's about allowing ourselves to grow and change and become more who we really want to be. I've always said, you know, my life started at 50, and I plan to live to be 150 years old. And so I'm not even middle-aged yet. And I think it's really important that we take care of this human body that we have every single day by taking, you know, looking at what we're eating every day. And eating organic is super important. I mean, we have anywhere from 20 up to 50 chemicals in each food now, and it's really not good. That's not what we were meant to eat. We were meant to eat food that was totally unblemished with any kind of chemicals whatsoever, and that's what organic is. And we try to put that into our bodies so that our bodies can work correctly. If you get the right fuel in there, it's going to do its job. There's absolutely no doubt about that. But, you know, I've been there myself, you know, all those aches and pains and everything. And we're seeing the autoimmune disease. It's the biggest disease in the world now, and that's directly related to all those chemicals, you know, that we're putting into our foods that people were eating. And also the processed foods and the amount of stress that people have nowadays. I mean, we have an overt amount of stress. And learning meditation is absolutely important. I just did my hour worth of meditation this morning, and I'll do another hour in the evening. That together is causing the autoimmune disease. These chemicals and our not having good food and the stress together, and it expresses itself in different ways with different people depending upon what genes they have to be expressed. But we also know now that, you know, food can actually be stronger than genes. We can actually change our genetic makeup and turn on the good genes, turn off the bad genes, and change our whole being. And we also know that even one meal can change everything. I mean, we can have one huge fatty meal, and it actually changes blood parameters in our body in that one day. And it's really important that we allow ourselves to know that, you know, sticking to our path is super important, because every time we stray, we make a little change in our body, also our genetics and everything else. So it's really important to stay on this path and make a difference in our lives. And also, not only that, but we're making a difference in other people's lives because we can show them the way to go. I was just talking to a man, and I just noticed a man who was a vegan in India, and that's 118. Wow. And I showed this to a friend of mine, and he goes, wow, I gotta show, you know, send this to my sons, you know, because they don't believe in what can happen. Yeah, if you give up the toxins and start eating a genetically nutrient-dense meals every day, and let go of the stress and think happy thoughts, I think that's really important. You know, if we could have all the best food in the world, we could have, you know, get rid of the stress, but if we're thinking bad, you know, negative thoughts all the time, it really is going to negate everything. So it's really important to know that we can make a difference in everything, and we have a positive attitude about life. and we have a positive attitude about life, people are attracted to you. They want to be around you. They want to make, get to know you, and you have a lot of friends that way. And I think that's really important. It's not just one thing, not just diet, not just meditation. It's not just positive thinking. Everything comes together as a blend to make a great life. And I see a lot of people, they move to Florida, they get a little house, they sit there, they don't do anything, and that's the end of their life. That's really not good. I don't believe in actually retiring in any way, shape, or form. I know a Dr. John Walker, he was an MD, and he was into plant-based diets also, and he lived to be 114, and he was seeing patients at 101. Wow. Also Dean Ornish, he's getting up there, all these different people, Dr. Wilson, all these different people who are into plant-based diets, a whole bunch of people now. I mean, we have a plethora of Dr. Neil Barnard, a whole bunch of different people who are MDs are climbing on board and allowing us to do the research that we've known forever about a plant-based diet, but now we have some money behind it to make some actual studies that show that this is the way, this is the path. There's absolutely no doubt about it. And eating grains is important, keeping them to a certain amount. Even we showed now that eating whole grains actually prevents diabetes. And that's really important. Eat them, but got not an overt amount of grains. I know personally had a happy birthday party on Saturday for myself, and I invited a bunch of people, and I did all the cooking. And one of the people in our family, he's really big. He's almost 300 pounds, and I was just watching him what he was eating. He didn't eat salad at all, didn't eat any of the vegetables, but piled on the rice, a big amount of rice. And that is not good. We have to have our plate look very interesting. Half of it should be some type of green, absolutely. And I always have beans in there. I mean, beans should be a quarter, and then the carbs, 1/4 of the carbs. And we got to have that half of greens. The greens are life-giving. And every time we put greens on our plate, that gives photons into our cells. This is not just metaphysics anymore. This is actual science. We have the science showing that these photons are given out into our cells. Wow. Light energy is being expressed into us and out of us. And that's amazing. That was talked about in spiritual texts, so I think it's really important. If you want to have the energy that I do at 65, and when you're 100, and I am going to be, still kicking and doing great at 100, I know, and I know you can too. I just met a lady the other day who's 102, and she has great teeth. She exercises, does push-ups. She's a health food nut. She only eats a plant-based diet, and she does crunches and everything, does yoga, and wow, I mean, it was like, she was my idol. I mean, it was like, wow, 102, and she doesn't look 102. She looks like she's in her 60s. It's amazing. So it can be done. You can live a long, healthy life. And it's not about how long you live. It's about the quality of life that we have while we're alive. That's the most important thing. And I feel good every single day. And I look forward to getting up every morning. And I can't wait. As soon as the alarm goes off, and sometimes about a half hour before the alarm goes off, I am sitting there praying and counting my blessings and thanking God that I'm alive. And then when the alarm goes off, I click the button, and I'm ready to get up and get going, and do my meditation, take the dogs for a walk, and make the day happen. So I hope that you will follow my diet. Go to paulhaider.com, that's PAULHAIDER.com, and up in the right-hand corner near testimonials, you'll see my diet. And click on that, follow it, read it 3 times, because it's going to take a lot of it's a lot of info, and you need to look it over. And I get a lot of people who come back to me with the same questions about what's in the diet. So read it over real good. And if you have questions, get a hold of me. I'll be happy to help you in whatever way, shape, or form. But this is going to change your life in a super way. And you're going to live to be very old and have a great attitude, and your stress is going to disappear, and you're going to feel wonderful. So have a wonderful, wonderful day. If you want to get a hold of me, hit show more. All my consultations are free. My Skype and also my email address is down there. My phone number, you can text me, you can WhatsApp me, all kinds of different ways. So if you want to live a happy, long, healthy life, let me know and I'll be happy to connect with you. Also, if you care to subscribe, I really, really appreciate that. If you give a thumbs up here, that was really good. Tell other people, we'd like to grow our numbers. And if you care to make a donation, we really, really, my wife and I appreciate that very much. And so have a wonderful, wonderful day. And remember, most of all, above everything else, I love you.